and welcome welcome back everybody. It is a 2-for-1 Cuppa Korero day. Yes, we've just finished one with Mama Ruth Ann McCormick, and now we are back only an hour later and we are doing another Cuppa Korero today. And this one really excites me. I have another very beautiful friend joining me on the panel today, and I can't wait to bring her onto the screen. But for those of you that are joining, as I say every time, please like, tag and share this broadcast out. Share it to your friends, share it to your frenemies, share it to your whānau and your family, because you never know who this broadcast may bless and touch today. So very quickly, as you're coming into the room, please let me know in the comments section whereabouts you're joining in from. I love to do shout outs to people. I love to acknowledge people that just take the time to stop by, whether it's 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour. I like to make sure that I do a shout out to each and every one of you if I can. So yeah, come on into the room. We've already got people jumping into that comment section already. So Julie, welcome Julie. Lovely to see you here. Julie, just let me know, whereabouts are you joining from, Julie? Are you, I don't know if I've seen you on here on my broadcast before, but it's wonderful to have you here. So thank you very much for joining us. Daswood, kia ora e hoa, coming in from the mighty Korero. K-Town is where it's at, and that's where I'm coming to you all live from today in my very own whareko, my kitchen. Yes, some of you have seen my backdrop before of me in my kitchen. So this is where we're coming from today. We've got my ministry partner and sis coming in from Tauranga, Carolyn Hughes. Kia ora, Carolyn. No mai haramai anō, thank you. Oh, Kansas. Wonderful. Well, I don't know how you found us, but I'm glad that you did, Julie. So welcome from Kansas. So lovely to have you joining us today. For those of you, again, that are entering into the room, down the bottom there, we've got like, tag and share the broadcast out. So please do that. This particular Cuppa Korero is different again from the one that I've just had earlier today. And I just know that this new friend of mine has got such a powerful, testimony. She is a mana wahine. She is a woman who is empowering other women, not just in my circle here in Korero, but in other circles. And so we're just going to get to dive in a little bit and find out a little bit more about her. Look, we got the K-Town Striders representing up in here. We got Shayla Davis on this afternoon as well. Kia ora, Shay. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining. So wonderful to see you joining our broadcast today. And Shayla's another one. We're a part of the 5 a.m. Run Club. I know some of you that know me are like, what 5 a.m. Run Club? I know. However, I didn't get to go this morning. I've been battling a little bit of asthma and chest infection for the last week. And a couple of days ago on Friday, I thought I'd be a muss and get out there with all the girls, and silently died along the way. So I've had a couple of days off, and but looking at getting back into it, poor. So anyway, keep coming in the room, ladies. Keep coming on and share it out. Let people know, because this is going to be a real banger of a Cuppa Korero today. Now, you know how it goes. Do you know what I forgot? I've forgotten my cuppa. So cuppa, literally, Cuppa Korero came from the idea of sitting down, having a cuppa. I've got some water, so that'll have to do. Sitting down over a cuppa and a cold drink or a hot drink, and just having a korero. Now, for those of you that don't know, korero is the indigenous Māori word. I'm Māori here in New Zealand. It's the indigenous Māori word for a chat or a conversation. And so hence we have sitting down, having a chat with a friend over a cuppa. Kapai? So anyway, as you are coming into the room, make sure that you yourself have gone and gotten yourself a cuppa. Be it a hot drink or a cold drink, just keep it non-alcoholic, because this is not that kind of show, people. All right, it's too early in the day for drinks, those kind of drinks. Okay, so look, she's waiting so patiently in the background, and I want to make sure that I can see her. She's been fanning herself in the back there, so she must be pretty hot. I tell you what, Ana, I'm feeling pretty hot and I'm in the kitchen. You're out in the back there. So anyway, let's bring her into the room, everybody. Let's please welcome into the room. This is my very dear and precious friend, Ana Ngaheu. Kia ora, Ana, nau mai, hara mai, how are you this morning? Oh, hold on, Ana. I've muted you. I better unmute you, girl.
Yeah.
There we go, ka pai. Kia ora, Anoiho. How are you today?
Kia ora, everyone. I'm very good today. Feeling healthy.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Anna's in my so-called make-believe studio, which is my office, and she's sitting there in my whare here. So it's so wonderful to have her here in the house, so to speak. Now, Anna, I've just got people commenting in the comment section. We'll come back to you all. So Anna, first of all, I'd just love for you to just give everybody a brief little introduction about who you are. You're a very new friend to me, but I feel like we've known each other for a long time. Ana, could you please tell everyone, obviously we know your name, but just a little bit about yourself, whānau, where you were from and where you were born and raised.
Okay. I'm 38 years old. I have 2 children. A daughter who is 19 years old, she's my heart. I have a son and he's 16 and he's everything to me. So I'm a mother of 2, a boy and a girl. I come from a small place not far from Korero, in Marata. It's a very small town. I was born and raised there, and I live in Korero at the moment.
Ka pai. And Korero is where all the cool people are at, if you haven't clicked already, everybody. And that's where I am, that's where Ana is, and this is the place where it's happening. So it's a place that the Lord brought me to 2.5 years ago. I only knew one person here. Didn't think I would like it here, and I've grown to love Korero so much. Now, Ana, I'm just thinking, I'm getting a little bit of a lag on my side, and it may be because you are using mobile data. So I may have to pause. We'll just see how we go and go and hook her onto the internet. We'll see how we go, Ana. So anyway, thank you for letting us know that you were born and raised in Matata and currently living in Korero, where I am. Now, our connection. Ana, how do you and I know each other? How did we meet?
We met next door. I was at a Bible studies class, and that's how I met you. You walked on in.
Literally next door, across the driveway, and actually, I think, were you asleep on the floor the first time I went over there?
Yeah, I was asleep. I had a hard morning.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Donna saying, "Oh, she's asleep because she gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning and goes running." Now, what I'm going to do, Kaiho, my friend, is I think I am going to put you onto the internet because it's just lagging a little. So one moment, everybody, while we do this, I'm just going to turn off our mics. Don't go anywhere just yet. Let me just sort this out so that we can have a much better flow to our broadcast today. So one moment, just turn that music up a little bit more. Stay there, I'm going to come through. So let me just stay there, everybody. I've just got to put her onto the internet. Hi, what? Aroha mai, everybody. We're just having lagging Wi-Fi issues. I can see it's still doing it at the moment. So I've just gone in and put Ana on to, there she is, she's back. She's in the background there. Wonderful. It might be because of all this rain and terrible weather that we've been having. But anyway, as people are continuing to come into the room, oh yeah, we thought about that, Carolyn, but what ends up happening is when we're side by side, people just end up staring at the side of our faces. Hey, my brother from Alabama, Lance Gilliland, how are you, my man? It's good to see you here. Blessings from Bama. Good to see you, my brother, always, always. Oh, kia ora, sissy, Tasha Davies. Chair, eh? You actually called us. What time is it over there in Oz, sis? Lovely to see you, sissy. Miss you heaps too. Contessa Guillory, no mai hana mai. Welcome, beautiful woman of God. I love it when you show up, and as well as you, Prophetess BP. Thank you for joining Cuppa Korero today. Really appreciate your support. So I'm going to bring you back into the room. This is my dear friend Ana Ngaheu, for those of you that missed it just before. There we go. Ana, how are we now?
We're good. We're good.
Are you muted? I know, there we go. Now, Ana, can you just speak? I want to make sure we can hear you.
Hi, Ned. I'm good.
There we go. Yeah, there is still a little bit of a lag, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, just leaving Byron Bay, eh, Tash? Awesome. Awesome, sis. Okay, so we're going to go straight back into our Cuppa Korero with my wonderful friend here, Ana Ngaheu. Now, Ana, we were just talking about how you and I met, and it was a little bit delayed. So could you just let our viewers know once again, those that are just jumping on, what is our connection and how do you and I know each other and how did we meet, for those that missed it just before?
I was next door, literally just over next door. I was at a Bible study and you walked on in. I heard you, but I didn't wake up. I was asleep.
Yes, you were on the floor and you were asleep. Now, because of Ana, like we haven't known each other very long, but because of Ana, actually, I'm going to go down to my next question, which is hobbies and interests. The question is, what is something interesting about yourself that may surprise people? But before you answer that part, what is one of your passions, your hobbies, your interest that actually has brought us together?
I enjoy running. Running for me is a outlet, and it actually helped me become sober. I was addicted to alcohol and drugs for most of my life, and running really helped me overcome my addiction. So I do marathons and stuff now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Now, girl, you have been such a huge inspiration to me. You encouraged me, like you said to me, come and join, the run club. And I was like, oh, because it's actually something I've been thinking about. I need to get out there and start. I'd walk a lot, but I felt like I need to start running. But I'm just going to be honest, I was too mangiri, I was too lazy. Didn't want to do it by myself. And so meeting you and having you basically just invite me to do the very thing I've been waiting to do, I felt like it was a God thing. Now, Ana, can you tell our viewers a little bit about the 5 a.m. Run Club? Because it was 2 years ago, did you say?
Yeah.
People looking at you now would think, oh, wow, yeah, she's very slim, she's beautiful figure, and absolutely. But you showed me photos of yourself from 2 years ago, and that inspired me. Because you did not always look the way you look now, did you, sis?
No. About 2.5 years ago, I was overweight. I was It was from depression. It just crept up slowly, and I didn't really think I was getting that big, to be honest, but I ended up to be 130 kgs about 2.5 years ago. So, yeah, what was your other question? Sorry.
Well, leading from that, so you had you've lost a lot of weight. Well, really, it's half your body weight, really. But you went from being 130 kgs, you just decided one day, did you not, to just start running? Is that correct?
Yeah. So I was kind of over my drinking habits, and I needed an outlet, another way of getting out of being an alcoholic. So I ran up a hill drunk. I was still drunk, and I was hanging over, and I was like going through all these emotions, and I thought, if I can run this hill now, I can start running for the rest of my days. So I started just waking up consistently every day at 5 a.m. and made it a thing of mine, like a consistent thing. And it really helped me. It saved my life. Like, I was at that point I wanted to give up. So, yeah.
Now, listening to yourself saying that back now, I know that many people be watching going, 130 kgs, and then you just decided out of nowhere to start running, and you did. Like, who does that? Like, really, at 130 kgs, that's not an easy feat, but you did it, and 2 years on, you are still doing it. I think you and I have talked about this before. The driving force behind that, though, was like you just said, you had had enough of the current lifestyle that you were living. You were so sick of it that it drove you to the point of that change, that like drastic change to start running. I mean, people that are half that weight can't even run. 130 kgs. People that are 65 find it, 65 kgs. 70, they find it hard to run. But there's obviously something in you, like a real determination, a real grit. And as I've started to spend more time with you in our 5 a.m. run club, so just tell everybody a little bit about the 5 a.m. run club, because now you started running and now you have gathered this regular, consistent group of women here in Korero who are now all getting up at 5 in the morning to come and run and cycle and and you've taught me how to swim as well. And when I say swim, for years, people, I have never known how to swim properly. As an asthmatic, I just couldn't get the breathing. In one lesson, Ana taught me how to breathe, and I was able to do a full length, and now can do a full length, and I'm practicing on doing continuous without stopping. Ana, can you tell everyone a little bit about the 5 a.m. K-Town Striders and our group of ladies there?
Yeah, I was running solo at the start. So 2.5 years ago, I was on my journey of being sober, and as most people know and have followed me over the years, they'll see me just run every day, almost every day, and have my rest days in between. But I was unsure if I opened my doors to people to come and run with me. I was unsure if they wanted to or not. So I started off small, and I kept on asking one of my friends, like, come and run with me, like, let's go and do it, let's get out there. And then I met another lady who was running, and I stopped her and asked her what she was running for and why she was running. And she said she was going to the Great Wall of China. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of my goals, and that's one of my dreams that I want to do in my life. And yeah, I just told her, you're going to be my friend now. No, you're going to be my running friend. But she's she's an amazing woman as well. So I started with two of my good friends who came along every morning with me, and I started helping them feel how I felt when I was running, and sort of I wanted to share the love of running and what it did for me, not only physically but mentally and spiritually. Like when you're out in the morning, first thing in the morning, and you experience the stars, the moon, before the sun rises.
Yeah.
An amazing, and that's what I wanted to share with everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, there are people watching today, and you have mentioned a little bit about the state you were in when you were 130 kgs, and and you were just not in a good place. You were at the bottom of the pit, so to speak. You'd had enough. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that will be able to relate to your story. Anna, I want to go back a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing. So you said you were brought up in Matata, but you are a person who has experienced, like, just in the short, small things that you told me, you have experienced, it almost seems like hardship, traumatic event after traumatic event, pretty much your whole life. You haven't had it easy. And so for you to be able to do what you're doing now, you're inspiring other women despite your past. That's really inspirational. Like these are the kinds of stories that help to change other people's lives. So without kind of, digging too deep, and really only as much as you would like to share, what are some of those things that you have had to face that could possibly speak to other women and men possibly out there today to encourage them that you know where they've come from? And when I'm talking about traumatic experience, okay, people that are watching, I don't mean that everyone has trauma in different measures and different levels, and I'm not discrediting anybody's hardship whatsoever. But then there are people in our lives, and there are people that we come across that just seem to have had it harder than most. And Anna is certainly one of those people. Anna, you and I talked about this. Your upbringing, did you come from a Christian home or any sort of spiritual upbringing? Did you come from, I was brought up in a Christian whānau with the one mum and the one dad. My parents were Baptist ministers and missionaries. But I know for me as Pacific Islander and Māori, that's not very common. For our people, often the story is the very opposite. What is your kind of experience, and what have you been brought up? Just as much as you would like to share, Anna.
Yeah. We did have quite of a religious upbringing. It wasn't the best of teachings, but to me, it was something that we held on to. So I held on to things about the teachings, as in, God is good and God is there when no one else is. And saying that, it was very different. It was a very different understanding to nowadays, and how I see God and how we were taught. So my nan had been teaching us things from the Bible, and it was very harsh. It was very strict, almost cultivated, I would say. And that's my view. My siblings may have their own views, but this is my view. I felt that it was very controlled. That it was a controlled environment around God, and it was strict. So
And how many siblings do you have, Ana?
I have 4 other siblings that I grew up with, but I have other half siblings as well on my father's side. I didn't get raised by my father. I got raised by my mother and my nan, which was my mum's great aunt. There was about 8 of us living together in the home, in a 3-bedroom home. And so we grew up together, confined in one home. Strict rules. We weren't allowed out of the gate, only to school. And it was we really had a strict, dysfunctional upbringing. It was hard to understand.
Now it's funny you say that you did have a very strict, like you weren't allowed outside the gate. It was straight to school and back. You had a religious, you had a nan who was speaking into you guys and speaking some truth of the word of God. But now that you're older, you've come to realize that actually not all of it was truth and not all of it was God. Then while it was quite a sheltered home life, it wasn't necessarily a safe one for you, was it?
No, I don't think it was. To be starved on a daily isn't okay. Like when I grew up knowing that we were deprived from food a lot, that we got told we were evil children, that we had evil in us on a daily. We didn't understand what that meant, but to get treated in a certain way like that is unfair. To a child that's innocent, or a child that doesn't know what or understand the meaning of being evil, or having to be starved or deprived of food. I didn't understand that either. So we were just always bad children. Like it was just we're bad evil because we got told that.
You were, so basically you were all acting out. And when people, this is the power of our words. Words have the power to give life or death. And so we need to be really careful with our words. And so like what Anna's saying is they were told every day, you're evil kids, you're evil. Well, of course you're going to breed evil kids because you're speaking it over them. This is what I say to people all the time. Be careful what comes out of your waha. Be careful what we're saying, even in jest, like how people just tend to like joke around a lot. Be very careful about the words that we speak because they can make or break a person's life. And really, much love to Nan who only did what she knew to do. But from that, it's actually, like I said, your upbringing, this part you've shared with me, I look at your life now, Ana, and you are such, again, an inspiration, because if you can come through all the trauma, all the hardship, all the different forms of abuse that you've come through, then you are an excellent role model to show people if you can do it, anybody can do it. And so I want to move on now to, and I'm going to, hopefully I can bring it up on the screen. Ana, you, because of your upbringing, it's really motivated you to be a voice and to be a role model for especially women, women who suffer similar things to yourself. Now, you've got the K-Town Striders, that's the 5 a.m. run club that I'm a part of. Now, you also have several important, you've got several important things coming up. You've got a 21K marathon in Rotorua. You've got the Tongariro crossing hike. But after those, you also have a very special event coming up, don't you? And I would love for you to share a little bit about that event. I'm just going to try and find my little flyer very quickly. But can you just tell everybody a little bit about the event coming up that you are a part of called Fight for Light?
It's a event that that I resonate with a lot. It's for women who have overcome addictions, women who have overcome trauma, and women who have overcome suicide, and just a broad range of bad things that have happened to them in life. I feel that it's a very a personal need that I want to do, and that's just to fight for women's rights. Like, we have a right to be here. We have a right to do so much more than what we are. And I feel that I am fighting for women who don't have voices. I'm fighting for women who are in the darkness right now. I'm fighting for women who are stuck in ways that they think that they can't get out of. And I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah.
And our lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so amazing. And it is so inspiring, Anna. Now I'm going to just bring across the bottom of the screen now. As you guys can all see on the screen right now, that is the poster for Fight for Light. Now I'm going to read out in the event post for today's broadcast. I put this poster in there, and I'm going to read out just a little blurb for those of you that don't know. I want to just extend a bit more on what Anna said. So as a part of Anna's ongoing self-development journey, she is taking part in the upcoming Fight for Light, representing our wahine or Korero, who have overcome many obstacles and restrictions like herself. The Fight for Life is kaupapa, is a journey that acknowledges the struggles our people face, including but not limited to mental unwellness, addictions, and suicide. Fight for Life is a platform of hope, connection, and healing. It's about fighting for the lives of our whānau and our family, and shining a light on the realities often left in the shadows. As I've already said, Ana is an active member of the Korero community, and she is an avid role model to many, many women. This is not a fight to survive, it is a fight to share and show her light in the hopes of encouraging many more women that you too, you ladies watching, can survive, but not just survive, you can thrive. Now, you can support Ana by sponsoring or donating any amount. The details are below, running across the bottom of the screen. And all koha or donations, are graciously accepted and appreciated. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa, tō tautoko. So thank you, all of you that are being led today to sow into that. And I'm just going to remove that now. But yes, like Ana, when you said you were going to, did you only decide this last week? Was it last week you started training?
Yeah, last Monday, yeah.
And I just want to tell you, yeah, Anna's one of those people, when she puts her mind to something, she don't muck around. And I'm very much the same too. You know, it's like, man, when God gives me an idea and I know it's him, I just do it, you know, and face all the obstacles head on. And so she started last week. Have we got 2 or 3 weeks? Are we down to 2 weeks till this fight for light?
We have 20 more days, 20 days. Yeah.
Ooh, so just under 3 weeks. So yeah, I would love for those of you that are watching, please, as the Lord leads you, please sow into this. This is a really good kaupapa, and this is good soil right here, my beautiful friend. I feel like she's my personal trainer, to be honest. She's taught me so much in just 2 short weeks. When she said she just started running, and she was heavy, and she just started running. And I thought, oh man, well, what's my excuse? And because of Anna's amazing example, it hasn't just inspired me, it is inspiring so many other women. Now, let me just go back to Anna, future plans. What's on your heart that you would like to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months? I know we haven't talked about this, but I'm just throwing it out there.
I just want to fully recover from all my injuries. That's my main focus. After these 3 weeks are over, I currently have 2 knee injuries, so I need my knees done, and I'm going to fully recover. So that's going to take a while, but I'm going to humble myself and listen this time. You know, I'm going to listen to the doctors and fully recover and come back stronger. You know, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do more of some good work within our community and with women. I'm looking forward to the future, to be honest. It's looking brighter every day.
It sure is, girl. Now, life quote. What is a quote that describes you or that you would like people to remember or know you for?
Love is free. Being kind is free. Share it with each other every day. You know, it's free. It's free to give. It's free to receive. And it's not hard to do.
Yeah, and you definitely are a person who exudes love, my friend. You really do. That's one reason why I was so drawn to you, is you're so beautiful and bubbly and bright, and you're generous in all that you do. So yes, I love that quote. Now, final words, Anna, is there anything kind of pressing or anything that you personally want to share today in closing?
I am so thankful to be here today and to share a little bit about myself. It's just a little bit of my shoulders. I was a little bit nervous prior to this, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to say what's on my mind, what's in my heart, and yeah, I thank you, Neds, for this opportunity, and really appreciate you having the time for me. It's really short notice as well, because we don't have much time, but it's about helping each other, you know, in these struggling times, and I really appreciate everyone's help, all the sponsors that have sponsored me already. Thank you guys so much. All the love that has come through is overwhelming already, and that's just in the community, and I feel the love, and I see everybody. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're awesome, girl. And welcome, Brother Tony Billinger, coming in from California. God bless you, my brother. Lovely to see you here. That's awesome to see you. We need to catch up soon, my brother. But yeah, Anna, Honestly, I believe that you were, I never, everything that happens in a person's life, I always say this to people, there's never coincidences, not with God. Everything is a God incident. It's something that's been pre-planned, predetermined, long before we even realize. And that's especially true with every person we meet, with every person in connection and relationship. And you are absolutely one of those. Carolyn Hughes is just saying to you, you are a blessing, Ana. God has given you a powerful voice for women. And
Thank
he
you.
really has. Yeah, he really, really has. So anyway, my friend, everybody watching, those details are on the screen right now. And again, I'm just going to add one more time. This is the Fight for Light that Ana is taking part in 20 days. And so I wanted to get Ana on here to rally up some support. She is doing this fight to share her light, to empower and encourage others that they too can not just survive, but they too can thrive. And so, Ana, I want to thank you for taking the time out today to come on here on Cuppa Korero at short notice again, as we do, Ana? Short notice for everything. We just do the do. But girl, I just want to say how much I love and appreciate you. I know that it was a very short Cuppa Korero, but I know that there are people today that have listened to your story and that it has encouraged and inspired them. So girl, I just want to say God bless you and God bless what he's put in your hands to do, the work that he's got you doing. Just you being you, Ana. Just you being you. There is no other person like you, and you are making a difference, and not in just my life, but so many others. And so I want to say, kia kaha, my friend. Keep going in all that you do. I fully tautoko you, and as do our K-Town Striders and other people that are watching today. Please, people, jump into those details there. They're just coming across the screen right now. To support Ana in her fight for light. There are New Zealand bank account details there, or PayPal, ahikaglobal@gmail.com. And please reference Ana so that I can see that and I can get that putia and that love offering through to her as soon as possible. But again, this has been a wonderful second Cuppa Korero today. I'm all Cuppa Korero out now, I think. Hey, brother Mark Amir, I know you're over there. Are you back in Thailand, aren't you, brother? Lovely. Yes, shalom from Thailand. That's my brother, Pastor Mark Amir. Shalom, my brother. Lovely to have you joining us from your homeland. Yeah, but as I like to end every broadcast, everybody, for those of you that are watching, the Lord bless you, the Lord keep you, the Lord make his face shine upon you. And you're coming in and you're going out, when you rise and when you fall, may the blessing of the Lord be upon each and every one of you all. From myself, Ngiri Paul, or for those of you overseas who know me as Najir, thank you for joining me today. And my beautiful guest, once again, Ana Ngaheu. Details are there on the screen. We wish you all the best, Ana, in your fight for light and everything else that you're doing. But from us here at the Cuppa Korero broadcast, we just want to wish everybody a very good evening, a great day wherever you're joining from, and we will see you again real soon. Ka kite, everybody. Stay right there, Ana.